Well, it's kind of getting warm outside. The sun's been up for a while, so I hope everybody's having a good afternoon. And we're going to be in here working under the sink today. Okay, it's just talk about what's coming up next and life in general. You can see on some the previous pictures here, this thing was a nightmare, a mess. We've had a lot going on ever since we got our granite top 2 weeks ago almost. I haven't did nothing in here except for I've had to use it as a work truck because my van got totaled out on somebody making a left-hand turn on a freeway and totaled out my van. So I've had to use this because we selling a big house and we had to do a lot of work out there to get it ready to sell and get it ready for inspection. So it's either this or the car, and the car just ain't possible. So the new shuttle bus got turned into a work shuttle. It shuttled me back and forth. But we're pretty much done with that now. I'm going to try for the next week or so to really concentrate on the shuttle bus. So I did get most of it cleaned up underneath. I'm getting ready to work on the kitchen sink. And then I'm going to take measurements for my drawers and stuff like that to try to get the kitchen part of it done so we can jump over into the shower. Underneath the sink, it's pretty basic. So this actually goes up into the sink under the bottom. And you always have to have a P-trap. And that's so your gases and stinkies don't come back up and smell up your house or whatever, because this holds water, so the water keeps the smell from going back up. So that's what an actual P-trap does. And then since it's underneath the countertop, just about everything's got an in and an out sort of. So you've got a vent that lets air in to let your water go down, because if you had no air in, then your water just kind of creates a vacuum and stays there. And since I'm not running a vent up through the roof like on a house, they've got these, they call them under cabinet vents. They're kind of expensive, $20, but, and what this does, it don't let liquids out, but it does let air go in here, so that way as your water goes down, it'll suck air in here, and this actually goes like this. And then this will go over here, this goes up to the sink, and then this will run down to our holding tank underneath. But this allows air to come in here to let your water go down without creating a vacuum. And once we get it all in, I'll kind of show you, but that's the drain part of it. We got the faucet hooked up here. So it's got this, and then it's got a weight that pulls it back up in there, and then it just kind of locks in there. This swivels back and forth, and then underneath we're doing, they call these a whole house water filter. So it'll get plumbed underneath there. There's a bracket that you mount on, and then this goes here to hold it in place. So that'll be underneath there. And you got an in and an out, and you can actually bypass this to where if you're changing this, you can put it on bypass or off, and then the bottom. Well, I do the bottom. Yeah, there. So whenever it gets dirty, these say every 6 months. So that just comes out, and I've got a couple spares, and so this says down to 5 microns. It catches anything 12 times smaller than what the eye can see. So that's, I guess as you get older, that little dot gets bigger. So, so that many times what I can't see is a lot. But anyhow, they say 6 months. This pretty much, they say, is like 98% of bad stuff it catches. And they're not too bad, so you get a 2-pack for like $18. So, and it comes with one, so that's $20. for a couple years worth of filters. Not bad for clean drinking water. And it's pretty easy. It just goes right back up on there. And then your bottom just, so that screws back up on there. You got the little tool. And then you turn it from either bypass or off to filter. And that way as the water goes through, it filters it. They've got smaller ones of these that's only got, this has got a 3/4 inch inlet because I didn't want any kind of restrictions. They've got other ones that says sink filters and it's only got like a 3/8, so it's really reducing it, and I didn't want any reducing. So all I had to do is buy a reducer from 3/4 to half because all my stuff is 1/2 inch. But that's the water filter going underneath there. That'll pretty much hook all that up today. Then I'll go underneath, and on this side we're putting in an outdoor shower box for Rocky. But that way we can rinse him off outside in case he's dirty. He's always going to be dirty, I guess. But if he gets into a pond or river that's kind of greenish, we can rinse him off back to brown before he comes in. But and if we wanted to rinse our feeties off or something, the sand and stuff, you know, it's going to be nice to have an outdoor thing. So that's the next thing, and then I'm going to go ahead and start underneath, finish the furnace up, and then hook up the water heater, and then jump into the shower. This is kind of the finished product under the sink. You can see my water filter there. The blue pipe on the right is the cold water. It's got a shut-off valve there, and then it goes into the right of the filter, and coming out of the filter on the left, it goes up to the faucet. There on the left is the red, which is the hot, and it just goes straight up to the faucet. And in the back corner there is the vent pipe. Now that vent pipe will come right on down through the corner there and go underneath into our holding tank. So that's the ABS, the drain, and I pulled it down so that actually went up to the sink, and then it'll go over in the corner. The white thing on the top there, that's your air gap, they call it, so that you can get air so that the water does flow down through it, because otherwise it'll create a vacuum and gurgle and not really want to drain. And with the air gap in it, that allows it to drain down. And you try to get your air gap as high as you can, just in case you got a leak or something. You don't want to have it down low, and to where, say, if your sink plugged up, it would come up and go out of that. So you try to put that up as high as you can. So that's kind of the under sink look here. Got the filter and the shutoffs and everything on it. So that's kind of what's going on in here. It's getting a little late. Time to go. We'll catch you on the next one.